It's a starting point for the waste management, and also really important for economical point of view. It creates a lot of costs and decides the quality of the waste you're gonna have in the following steps. So it's really important. Still, the most common is the really traditional bin collection, that you have one or several bins at the household, and you sort the waste into those bins, and they are emptied by the waste truck. In Finland, household municipal waste management is based on source separation of waste. It works quite well, so we have a long history of telling the households how to separate different kind of waste, and so I think in Finland the waste sorts are quite good quality. I think it's quite important that you meet the local conditions quite well, that you know what type of households, what type of customers you have, where they live, what are the distances, what waste they produced. So it's quite important that you design your collection system that really meets the local needs, local conditions, and also that you only separately collect those waste flows that you need for the treatment. So of course we have challenges. We have quite big country with quite low populations, so we have a lot of transport. Logistics is quite important. We have a lot of transport costs and emissions from the transport. There's also the human aspects. There are the customers who are using the collection system. So collection is not only about technologies, about trucks and bins and designing the logistics, but it is also how the people are using the system, how they do the sorting, and are they able to understand why they have to separate these wastes. There are mainly two operators, municipalities and the EPR schemes. We have certain product groups are defined by legislation under the so-called EPR, the Extended Producer Responsibilities. So the legislation sets that for certain products, it's the manufacturers who are responsible to take back their products after the use. So these are, for example, packaging or paper products or electronics. The rest of the household waste is the municipalities who are responsible to organize the collection. There's a lot of really general and detailed legislation which influences on the collection. The legislation sets different kind of targets. For example, that we have to recycle 50% of the municipal waste. We have deep collection system, which is quite widespread. So we collect bio-waste, mixed waste in underground containers. We also have tube collection systems in more urban areas. Means totally different kind of infrastructure. Needs a lot of investments for the tube network, but perhaps saves operational costs in a longer run. We also have some experiences in using these special bins, which has many compartments that you can put several waste sorts in the same bin. So there's separate sections for mixed waste, bio-waste, paper, cardboard. So you collect everything in the same bin. We use a lot of IT sensors and that kind of technology to improve the logistics. We would only empty full bins and not half empty. Even though we will have separate collection, and that's the fundamental starting point, I think we also need some sorting plans also for certain waste flows. There's a lot of improvements which are needed in the collection rates, so we have to focus on influencing the behavior of the households, that they would use the collection systems better than today. We have really challenging recycling targets, so we need to improve. We need to increase the collection rates of the recycling materials. So we need a lot of improvements. perhaps new technologies, we will have better logistics, so we waste less time and money on the transports.